Yo, what up, y'all? We back with a no hope deck video. In this one, I have a super duper fun Hoffman bait jar build, and this one's going to be really good for no hope. Now, I wouldn't say use this one in trials, because trials is honestly super duper ridiculous. This build is good, but I don't think it's good enough for trials, so I honestly would say just keep this one in no hope. Now, with this build, what we're going to be using is that new hazmat specialist card. So with the hazmat specialist, it's going to allow your bait jars to now do weak spot damage. So anytime that you hit a mutation with a bait jar, it has a 75% chance of dropping another bait jar once you kill that mutation. So as you start progressing through the maps, you can use the bait jar to pretty much just horde the zombies. And as you can see right here, you know, I'll throw a bait jar and then throw a Molotov. And then you'll get so many kills with the pinata. You'll kill all of them while they have the bait on, which is going to drop a whole bunch of accessories. And then also too, if you can just hoard up a bunch of bait jars, like I think in this clip I probably had like 15 bait jars on the ground just from killing ridden, killing mutations. You'll definitely always have a bait jar per mutation. And then of course if you kill that mutation and he drops another one, then you know you got one for the next mutation, so on and so forth. So it's definitely a really fun build. I didn't think it was gonna be this strong, like whenever I was trying it out. But honestly, the bait jars, you know, those are like mini pipe bombs pretty much. And then of course with the weak spot damage now, once you hit a mutation with that, he takes like a lot of instant damage. And then of course once you kill him, he'll just drop another bait jar. So is definitely super duper dope. Make sure you guys smack the like button so that way this could reach all the back for blooders, and also to make sure you guys hit that sub button. We got way more coming on the way. I got a shotgun Tala deck that's going to be using bleed. It's really good. I've been using it on trials. And then I also too got I actually got a nice Doc melee deck, and I know it sounds funny, but we're still going to be having full healing efficiency, but we're gonna be meleeing. So make sure you guys hit that sub button so you guys can check out that video when it drops. Now jumping into the cards for this deck. So with the bait jar build, I think this is really fun on Hoffman. We're gonna be throwing hyper focused in there just to link up with the extra weak spot damage on the bait jar. And then also too, we're gonna be using highwayman. So now with that card, whenever you get kills with the secondary, it actually has chances of dropping a Molotov or a bait jar. So especially when you're doing like a grenade build like this, you'll either, you know, you'll always have some sort of explosive accessory. So you'll either have bait jars, you'll either have Molotovs, you'll either have grenades. And the really cool thing about it is, like, you know, let's say you're doing the bait jar setup. You know, it doesn't even matter if you have bait jars. As you start killing ridden with secondary weapons, eventually they will drop bait jars. And then of course with pinata, you know, you'll have chances of them dropping random accessories, which a lot of the times I notice is a bait jar. So you'll definitely always have them. Now if you wanted to, what you can do is take off some of the movement. You can go with more weak spot damage. But what I find out is that with the hyper focus, with the hazmat specialist, you definitely have enough weak spot damage already. And pretty much all you got to do is just use your bait jars for mutations. Because once you kill them, you know, while they're baited, they have a chance to drop another one. And that's how you pretty much always keep one in your inventory. Now, another thing you could do with this build as well, what I was testing out, if you just want to go with more pistol damage. So if you could be the person that, you know, gets that last shot off on the ridden or on the mutations, that's how you get the chances of dropping the jars. So with more weak spot damage, you know, for getting headshots, or just having more overall pistol damage, you know, if you want to rock the mag carrier, that would help you out a lot. It'll make it really easy for you to mow down the small ridden, which is going to keep bait jars in your accessories. So I definitely think that's a really easy way to keep them. Also too, even if you're using other accessories, you know, like grenades, Molotovs, again, it will have a chance to drop them. Now for the second variation, this is what I would do for the damage. You know, you could throw on glass cannon, ridden slayer, hyper focused, and that's going to give you more than enough damage for like just mowing down ridden. And then of course with your bait jar, it's going to start doing so much damage to mutations to the point to where you'll pretty much, like if they've already taken damage while they're walking up, the bait jar itself, the impact will just kill them. Or if you're just fighting like a straight up mutation by itself with bait jars, you'll probably kill him in like 2 bait jars, and then he'll actually drop one. So then you'll get one back. So I think it's way too good. Super duper fun. Down in the comments, let me know if you guys have been doing anything with the bait jar builds, you know, anything on Hoffman. I've been trying a couple things, but this bait jar, like, I don't know what it is. It does so much damage. I don't know if it's like broken or glitched right now, but literally every time I hit a mutation with a bait jar that has already taken any damage, it just kills them. And then like I tested it on like mutations who I haven't done any damage to yet, or like the bots didn't shoot at him at all. It's literally like a 2-shot kill. You'll either hit him with 2 bait jars and he'll die, or you'll hit him with a bait jar and then shoot him with your shotgun like 2 times and he'll die. So it's pretty insane. And then as you can see there, just the direct hit from the bait jar causes them to stumble as well. So it's definitely doing an insane amount of damage. And another thing that I think is really cool about it is with the glass cannon being added in there, not only is that going to increase your weak spot damage on your bait jar, you know, of course your regular gun damage, but for your other accessories as well. So, you know, if you pick up some grenades, you know, you pick up a Molotov, that glass cannon is also going to proc on that damage as well. So, you know, the damage will really start stacking up quick. You know, the accessories are going to start stacking up quick. Right now I'm playing with bots, you know, so it makes it a little bit easier, but with people I think it's even easier because the amount of hordes that get spawned, you know, the positions that you guys end up taking. I think just having a person that always has accessories, you know, having bait jars, I definitely think it's super duper strong. And honestly, I ran through No Hope on Act 2 with this, did a little bit of Act 1. And I actually was just having way too much fun, just throwing accessories, you know, bait jars. So I definitely think that you guys will really, really like this build. Again, down in the comments, let me know, what are you guys doing on Hoffman? Have you guys tried the bait jars? Let me know down in the comments. I'm very curious to know. As always, I appreciate you guys stopping in on the vid, and I'll see you on that next one. Peace.
Thanks, Jim.